Hey y'all. When I started this channel, I didn't think this was gonna be a thing. I never had it in mind to actually document the actual street theater. It was just, and it's stupid of me, very dumb of me, because otherwise I'd watch other people do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, why the hell not? It's just something I just thought to do when I was, doing my blog yesterday. And I'm like, dang, that's a clean car. I'm like, why not? So I guess that's supposed to be my ex-husband's best friend, Nathan Williams, from North County, St. Louis. You know, that's a tough area there. He's supposed to be some gangster of some sort. I guess he crippin' or whatnot. I guess, because my ex-husband was crippin' when he was younger. Apparently that was something he left alone, or was cleaning his life up right when he met me, because I wasn't even trying to deal with men like that anymore. And I just never knew that dealing with those kind of men would just one day bite me in the butt. Like, I made a conscious decision. I went back to college. I was working full-time, about to be a freaking manager at my job that I was at, which was Foot Locker, like doing my thing when I met dude. Like, definitely part of my fucking decline, for a while. And, during that, every time I tried to do my education, y'all could see my education, he just was not a supportive husband. It was just really hard to get, shit done, man, with him, just because the type of fucking man he was, man. Which affected me to this day. Could you just imagine almost 20 years worth of pillow talk? Your person you'd lay with every night go and expose all of that to everybody you ever spoke on. And yeah, they know what he said to his family, that he spoke on them in certain ways, and he still came out of the shit spotless. You know what I'm saying? And threw me under the bus. That'll forever be some punk ass shit, for real. It's some disloyal punk ass shit, because your husband's supposed to protect you, man. So it's sick, man. I'm still trying to deal with it. I really am. So just gonna, and it's hard to heal from some shit that's still persisting. How am I going to heal from something that is still persisting? It's impossible. When it's all over, I could see that. Save on Liquor. That guy, Indian guy named Nick Patel, he owns that BP and a BP down Greenmount Road, which I used to work at for like a week. Why? These people stole my key, right? I knew where it was sitting at in this little cup where they keep pencils and stuff. So I'm looking over there for my key or whatever, and I ain't see it. Why I go to the back in the storage room looking around for it, retracing my steps. You get to looking at dumb places and the people who actually stole it help you and everything. So I get to looking at dumb ass places for my damn key. While I come back from the storage room, boom, it reappeared in the place that I just looked at. They stole my key, and ever since things been coming up missing in my home, my kids' clothes, mainly both of them. That's an Indian guy. Own lots of businesses out here or co-own with other people. But let's get into 23 people. Follow me with that. That number, they'll be wearing green, blue, like so. And my boy. So let's see what we see today in the land of Gangstalking. I just need some eggs, because I think me and my baby's doing brunch. Better lunch. We're doing brunch. Doing breakfast. And I'm not a big breakfast person at all. I don't have any breakfast sausage. I want the sausage I have at home. I like those sausages. I like the dog. I should surprise my baby. I am. Mama wants some ice cream. Like, son, can't dang afford it. No, I like making my kids. I live for making those boys smile. And let me tell you, it is super tough being a mommy. A single mommy with a dad who freaking half-asses. Is it for you? No, I think I'm gonna grab some cake mix so I can make some cookies. Just give me a moment to see if you have it. So, they be having shit set up in here. I mean, they got this whole area sold up. You hear me? Sold up. And honestly, I told y'all, my family participates in all this. I'm wondering, because of the type of people that's mixed up in this, is it by force? I do wonder that. They don't have a yellow cake mix. That's stupid. Why? Why would you not have yellow cake mix? I want to make a wiggly butter cookies, but they don't have yellow cake mix. Oh. They probably be fire and strawberry. I ain't even gonna hold you. So I'm gonna do that. Guess it's a little bit of a light day. At the ice cream too. What's my total at?
You at 1126 after tax.
Okay. I think you don't have yellow cake mix, so it's okay. See, she just had that open on that for some reason. I gotta get this mat. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Girl, customer service is all that.
If you don't mind, okay?
You're gonna short me. Somebody stay shorting me. Thank you. Give it her.
You sure?
Yeah. Thank you. Are you good, sweetie?
All right, I'll see you soon.
And my dad had a white truck like that. But the way my family acts so shook, man. I feel like something happened that's like that they won't speak on. They definitely participated. What the fuck is you keep looking at, nigga? I ain't no nice fucking scary ass T. I don't give a fuck who it is. That's how motherfuckers know who to target. Cause I ain't no bitch you could just shake up. Period. So they definitely not coming to me like that. But I'm gonna tell y'all a story. My father was living with me for a little bit of time. Now, the place he was living in, it was just, it was horrible, y'all. Horrible. He had his own house in East St. Louis where he had a caregiver who used to come part-time for 4 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? To take care of him. So, you know, I said, you know, I told him that, you know, you could come. You're not supposed to be with me. Not supposed to stay with me. I lived in South County. You know, they was strict out there, man. And so I just knew it needed to be very temporary until we saved up and put him in another place as fast as we can. And I tell you, okay, when I moved in this house, had spiders out the ass. My baby had lumps all over his body from a bunch of spider bites. He was only 3 years old at the time, man. Fucked me up. Then it was like 10 plus gas leaks in this place. And it stayed like that for weeks. Weeks. You know what I'm saying? It just, we couldn't cook or nothing. We out there almost like every day barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? During that period, I guess the landlord found out my father was there and he told me that he had to leave or we all getting put out. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, Dad, you know, tell him what he said. We got to put a move on this. What happened is my dad used to get disability because he was, you know, physically limited. Mind you, let me share this. Mind you, when he moved with me, first off, he said he was able-bodied. He said his lady used to come. She ain't do shit. He said he did everything. He cooked his meals. He took care of his damn self. Right? So I'm like, because I told him like that. I ran a business at the time. This is Gangstalking. I ran a business at the time. I'm like, I'm never home. I was very active in church. I'm like, Dad, I'm never home. Told him that. He like, it's cool, I don't care. He found out it was boring out there, you know. Predominantly white neighborhood, you know, just not the action we used to if we sitting on the porch in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I've been working for this self-proclaimed gangster, Miss Orders Williams at Will & Co., I've been getting followed by cars just like her, and I've had bad things to happen to her. I think she may be linked with another Williams, just like my ex-husband people. But anyway, so this was the deal. My dad was like, I'm like, what about the caregiver? He like, oh, she don't do shit. He was like, shit, we can get the check and split it, get it in your name and split it, because I take care of myself. I'm like, I'm not doing that, because I ain't want to get caught up if I'm not really caring for him, right? So, however it goes, my dad would get a nice sum, you know, for disability every month, right? And every month he'll say, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the money, get a place and leave. I was trying to get him where I was at, so he could be adjacent to me, like right across the street. It was some apartments I had him look at. I wanted him to get in. He didn't want to switch his medical and his disability and stuff from Illinois because he didn't want no delays and nothing, I guess. And he had, I guess, always planned to move back over there or some shit. I don't know, but he started saying, well, I'm preparing to go to Mississippi. You know, his vision was starting to decline before he moved with me. He was diabetic, so it just, man, had my dad deteriorating because he wasn't taking care of him. He was doing what the fuck he wanted to the day he died. Hell, eating what he want to, and everything. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't no recipe for, you know, good health with that diabetes, man. That's a beast if you don't do right. It's a beast, especially amongst African Americans. And it runs rapid in my family. But anyway, so, you know, against my wishes and my better judgment, grown ass man, because I don't think this man went and bought a pickup truck. And he would have to drive super well under the speed limit. And, you know, me and my ex-husband shared a car. So, you know, when my ex-husband's gone, I would need to go up to the school or something like that. Like, Daddy, can I drive your car? I'd be like, nope. He'll drive. I used to get so mad because I'm like, man, I could just get us here to her and we'd be straight, man. He didn't want nobody to drive, man. Man, it's too funny. And, you know, he'd be all over on another lane, just, oh, Lord, y'all just don't know. But anyhow, you know, it wasn't no telling them shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it got so where, I don't know if he got tired or what, but he told my family on his side that I wasn't feeding him. I'm like, Dad, I told you I'd be gone during the daytime. You said you had that. Like, that's not fair. Why would you tell these people that? He like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm like, what, Daddy, where you get it from? Where they get it from? He sat there and denied it and everything. Imperfect foods. Anyway, I'm like, Dad, where you get it from? Where they get it from with it? He like, I don't know. Just sitting there looking lost. And I'm like, man, that's wild. Mind you, I was already going through this stuff before him. It was like when I lived in an apartment prior to moving to that house. Matter of fact, he was there for the move. You know what I'm saying? So months and months went by, y'all, like this. Every month he said, oh, I'm moving to Mississippi. I'm moving to Mississippi. Mind you, he had this truck. He like, well, I'm just paid off for it. Then I moved to Mississippi. Take somebody move to Mississippi. Which I really believe he probably wanted to do. Because, you know, just lots of opportunity if you got a green last name. Because my family got lots of land there and like hellas, you know, and I imagine probably full of business owners and stuff because, you know, probably do everything there that my dad was into and was trying to implement here or had already implemented here in his life when he was more able-bodied. So we wanted to get back to that. You know, we had our plans too. I don't know what my dad was trying to do because we was talking about opening a restaurant. You know, him being the spine and I'm doing all the work. I was looking at buildings and stuff. My dad had several restaurants over the years. Amazing cook. So I don't know. I guess he was just telling me something to shut me up to get month by month because this carried on. You know, for several months in, and got a letter. The sheriff sent the letter talking about Dad had to be gone, and yeah, and he just, you know, he wasn't listening. And then it came a point in time where we neglected to pay the rest of the deposit. We had still owed this man $1,000 that we did not pay him. Why? You know how much money, extra money was out of our pocket them weeks without gas and stuff? When we first moved in, we withheld the deposit. So he like, well, if you don't start knocking that down, you gotta go. So we started doing that, and then like paying a few extra every month with the rent, which was $750. And then in the month of December, my ex-husband's birthday rolled around, and I swear to God, it's the second eviction we got for his birthday. Because he felt like he worked hard and he should be able to kick it, and he want to, you know, cash out. So he neglected to pay his portion, that extra portion, which he was not doing alone. I had my part. It was his portion he neglected to pay. So the dude was like, you know what, fuck it, just go. So we all had to leave. Me and my ex-husband and my kids, we were in my mama's basement. Wasn't even finished, honey. Cold as shit down there, you hear me? Shit. Which I'm grateful. I'm just saying, man, we just shouldn't have been in that shit, and we ended up in a bad spot ourselves. So don't try to make it seem like somebody fumbled my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit sick. You could say your beef is about something, but not in regards to dealings with my father. Because my dad did some deceiving of his own in that, to aid in what happened, and to aid in him ending up where he did, which was he ended up moving to like the Dixons of East St. Louis. I know there's a Dorothy Dixon, and there's some other Dixons, and I believe they play a big part in this as well, in this whole Gangstalking thing. But he moved to their facility. He rent a room over there on Belmont or something like that. I had never been, and Dad, he was upset. He didn't want my help moving. He just left with all his stuff on his truck. So I stayed in touch or whatever. You know, we was just all in a very fucked up position. It was fucked up. I felt helpless for me, my kids, and my daddy. Because by that time, it had started to get worse. He used to always complain about being cold, and we ain't know till after the fact that it was because, you know, he had cancer, a form of lupus called multiple myeloma. Okay, so that's something we found out later. He ended up leaving the rent-a-room place. I think he was staying with my grandmother a bit, and I guess they all got mad at the shit. I'm like, how the fuck y'all mad? And I ain't in no better position. I'm in the same position he in. Not to mention, he lied about lots. But they can't own that because they want to continue. They're benefiting from this. They're getting attention, funds, and some more shit from this. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they missed the bus. He keep doing something too. He live here, all these people up in here. My last name, maiden, is Green. He always have, and I know this to be true, this dog, which is about my complexion, it's fur, on a leash. And when I'm here, when I'm home, like, my fucking phone really go crazy, because they control it. This is an old man thing. This man, they invited me up to his crib a couple times. I'm sorry, I'm 35, I'm not into fucking old men. I'm just not. His name keep popping up all in my phone and ads and shit. I know he play a big part in this, man. All these motherfuckers, they sick. I hate this shit. Straight hate this shit. I'm gonna try to write a letter today to the feds. I need to do that too, instead of just vlogging all the time, because they're all in on it. And dude's so fucking mean and surly. He's mean. He'll be cool sometimes. He'll speak. Dude naturally fucking mean. Like, it's a white lady, and he called this lady all type of white stanky bitches and just went off. Just talking about beating her ass and everything. Like, I don't know, it's not normal for me to hear a man talking about beating a woman. I've been in an abusive relationship with my ex-husband. But it's very intimidating and scary to hear a man, especially at that fucking age, just, regard a woman like that or refer to a woman like that. It's like, you'll definitely make good on that shit. Except for me, I'll cap the shit out you. I ain't got no gun yet, y'all. I bet you, bitch, I'll get one. Definitely all for protecting me and mine. Fuck that. And I guess he know, this guy James Bell, guy I used to deal with, man, he fixed cars and stuff. I had him look at my mama's car, whatever, by the battery. It was just a dead battery. Turns out the whole fucking motor gone all of a sudden. And when a professional just checked it, it was only a battery. He sabotaged my mama's car. I believe he sabotaged my car a couple times. I done told the police on him in his city. Told them that he sit there and fuck with a dark web all day. Told them that he was in here harassing me. He trying to get me to fuck with him again. I told him I don't want to have anything to do with him. I told him 100 reasons why, like, and it's genuine. I don't like your face. I don't like your personality. I don't like our energy together. I don't like our vibe together. I don't like sex with you. I don't like nothing dealing with you, period. Period. And I know, if somebody led to you like that, it must be real. So why even keep persisting? You know what I'm saying? And I just wish I could just go into why. I'm gonna have to really so. While all these people are acting like this, got these men all from the same area, approaching me, acting so thirsty for sex to the point where you would think a motherfucker would sit here and rape you. It's like an underground type sex cult going on here in this area. And I heard my own brother, who I just spoke on, was supposed to be so mad, was the one pimping me out. Like, they paying him to come approach me and fuck with me. My brother. And when I went over, my brother had me to come over there to see him, and his toothless ass friend Greg and him put all these logs on a truck. I'm like, these represent niggas' dicks. I know it does. For no reason. No reason. He couldn't even tell me why or what it was for. But it's symbolism in everything. And, just the level of my discernment, I see through everything like that. I be surprising the fuck out of these people. How I figure this shit out. But the lady I was telling you about with the brother is there. So Shane kind of stayed there in that second window. Ever since I gave him my number, some nigga been playing on my phone. Ain't no damn sense. Excuse me, y'all, that's how people from my culture talk. I'll try to refrain from using that term. I only really use it in disrespect. I don't call men, I think real men, I don't call them niggas. So they're Connors. It's a Connor here. Her name Katrina. I've quote unquote ran into her so many times out here. Just in different places where I know it's not coincidental, where she end up gaslighting and shit like that. But I done jumped from my side story to a whole nother different lane. It's talking about my daddy. But, my family on his side would gaslight me really, really strong. And I told you, my dad's niece, she would, when he did started getting this treatment for cancer, when we found out, like, I was still fucked up. Like, I couldn't help myself. I helped my dad the best way I could when I can, but I couldn't help myself. And they would get offended. They got offended because, number one, my ex-husband, him and I wasn't together, but we moved in the house together, his family house. First they said the man name was Robert Green. Then they said it was Chris something. And the wife was Sharon Green, who lived in California. But they owned this house here, and he part of their family. Mind you, I had never seen these people before in my fucking life. And I've been around Anthony family for 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So it was all, you know, some shit he said up by that time. My ex-husband had really started gaslighting me a lot. I would come home to messages in my yard. There was sticker labels on the side of my house that said D was here. So clearly somebody named D was involved, and I believe it's my cousin, whose parents stay right over there. Where that white van is, my uncle. He normally do his little street theater thing too. His name is Joe, him and his children. And my auntie as well. She just gaslighted the fuck out of me and taunted me about having a miscarriage on Christmas. I left my mother's house prematurely on Saturday for that reason. There's somebody who practically raised me, who I look up to as a shero, honey. Like a strong black woman. I had just gave her a shirt glorifying all it. But that's not what this being at all. That's not queen behavior, honey. I don't care whatever got you mad initially. How you react is who you are. I'm sorry. And so that means you really fucked up internally. Like, all that shit. That good character, it's a facade. Like, sick, man. Sick. But anyway, so the D, I started getting these ads, Robert Greene books. So I'm like, this is what they've utilized. This is what they've studied. These strategies of war and dividing and conquering. I delve off into it myself. And I'm like, this is why this is starting to show up. And then they had to have these hints, you know, going on. And I could tell it was so clear that their house was mic'd all the way up. And then the house next door had a whole bunch of oak furniture outside. My daddy moved in, he wanted to bring all his furniture. It was good fucking furniture, I get it, bro. But my dad had a roach infestation. It was horrible. That's why he got out that house he was in the first place. He had a roach infestation. When I was very small, we had one too. My mom set all our furniture out in the yard and exterminated the home. We set the furniture in the yard to give it a chance, the roaches a chance to go on the fuck on somewhere. Which is what we were trying to do again. I seen my mom do it. I was trying to do it today for us. Before we brought Dad's furniture in. It was so many roaches, them hoes came right in my home.